So it's May and you haven't started your garden yet. Did you miss your opportunity? Is it too late? No, it's not. Today, I'm going to show you a few seeds and a few plants so you can still plant even if you haven't started your garden yet, even though it's May. Welcome to Busy Bee Gardening. I'm a mom of 2 and a full-time teacher, and I still love to garden. Today, I'm going to show you a few kid-friendly, easy plants that you can start this weekend in May. So, before we get started, the #1 rule in gardening is grow what you like. If you don't like tomatoes, don't grow a bunch of tomatoes. If you hate zucchini, don't grow a zucchini. If you love Brussels sprouts but are afraid to try it, why not give it a try? Okay, let's get into it. One of my family's favorite is bush beans. They don't take any infrastructure if you're just starting out. They're really easy, they're pretty quick, and as long as you keep picking them, they'll make more all season long. My family likes to make, this is Burpee's Desperado, but any bush bean from any local garden center will do. Just pick the ones you like. Again, the trick here is once they start producing bean pods, just keep pulling them before they actually go to seed. So before the bean gets too big, and they'll make seeds all season long. Another item that we really like in our family is summer squash. So we grow yellow squash and zucchini, but pick whatever summer squash you like. You can tie it up. I can do a video on that later to make it vertical to save space, or you can just plant it. Now, the trick to zucchini, don't plant too much. We do 2 yellow squash plants and 2 zucchini plants every year, and I have found for our family of 4, it keeps my in-laws, my parents, and all of our neighbors in zucchini all summer long. What I like to do is let my children use the food processor and shred zucchini. We freeze it and we add it to pretty much everything. It sounds gross, but I even add it to tacos. It stretches the protein and adds some vegetable, and the kids never even notice. Another family favorite is winter squash. If you're short on space, I might skip this one. Even one plant can get pretty big unless you want to grow vertically. Every year, I let my children pick out what pumpkins they want to grow for the year, and I let them make their own little mini pumpkin patch. I always make sure I throw in a banky pumpkin because we really enjoy baking pumpkin cookies together. But grow what you want. The winter squash my family really likes is delicata squash, which is a small, thin-skinned squash that you can actually bake in the oven with the skin on, and it just turns crispy. It's really sweet. This year I'm also going to try a butternut and a spaghetti squash. Again, cook what you like. So if you don't like butternut squash or you love spaghetti squash, plant spaghetti squash then. Pick what you want. Last year, I pulled a bunch of onions in August, and we still had some time in our growing season and made an order for Baker Creek. Baker Creek always throws in a free pack of seeds with every order, and they gave us these polar bear white zinnias. So I let my kids plant them wherever they wanted, didn't have a whole lot of hope, and just let it go. I learned a lot about zinnias last year. The more you cut, the more they grow. We had zinnias coming out of our ears. We gave them to teachers, friends, neighbors, put them in the bathroom, put them in the kitchen. We had them everywhere. This year, I'm gonna try the Purple Prince by Burpee, which looks like a big purple dahlia, so I'm excited to try that. I'm gonna try White Wedding. I always like just having a little bit of white in my arrangements. It makes the colors pop, so even if I'm doing some of the spray roses that I have around the garden, if I add some white zinnias, I feel like it makes it pop. So I'm adding some White Wedding zinnias. And then I wanted to try these giant flower heads. Supposedly they're huge heads, bright colors. I'm excited to try that. I'm also gonna try this Double Click Cosmo, which is supposed to look like a peony. So it's my first try with Cosmos, we'll see how that goes. If it's May, it's probably a little late to start things like eggplant, tomatoes, peppers from a seed, but that doesn't mean you can't grow them this year. You can just go to your local garden center and get starts. So we plant tomatoes every year. My daughter loves them so much, she eats them straight from the vine. So we plant 8 tomatoes. I can some and freeze some for soups and sauces throughout the winter. We rarely actually have to give away tomatoes, even with 8 plants. Another great thing to start right now is herbs. Things like basil, chamomile, dill. Every garden center has them. Pick what you like and just go plant them in the garden. I really hope this video helps inspire you to start a garden this year. I find a garden really rewarding and calming. My garden centers me and is a place I go to relax. It's something I can do with my kids, and my kids really enjoy doing and eating the produce from our garden. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe to Busy Big Gardeners. Thanks.